first of all, understand where you should start is where a lot of people make this mistake. And starting in the right position means everything. So the right position, and this is Hot Tip Tuesday, your right position is within the happiest clients that you have. So a lot of organizations will go about this poorly. If they want to go create a new vertical, they look at their client base and they realize, oh, we've got a bunch of clients within this one particular space. This is our natural next vertical that we have to go create. Or we have a handful of clients up market, so let's go move up market, and that's going to be our new segmentation. It's a terrible way of looking at this. And I'm not saying it's absolutely wrong, but let me explain. When you're going to create a vertical, you need a lot of client collaboration. You need a lot of help in order to make sure that you are going to build the best possible vertical that you can. And the best way to do that is to work with your happiest clients. Figure out within your existing client base, if you do have some exceptional clients that you could create a vertical around, make sure you have the conversations with them first. Understand why they are happy and understand what you have solved. Understand what would make them even more happy. So anybody that's ever read Crossing the Chasm or any book that talks about, that speaks directly to dominating a certain segmentation or a certain vertical before moving on to something else, that is the greatest chance of success. This falls right in line with that. And a lot of organizations believe that if they have clients within a certain segmentation or a certain vertical and they're a volume and the huge TAM or total addressable market is there, that should be the next vertical. And that is a recipe for disaster. If you have not done specific interviews with those clients and figured out their CSAT or their client satisfaction rating, the knowledge that hitting with your support team and making sure that they're not extremely high support users, or you could actually run an unnecessary amount of expenditures up within your organization, having to increase support, having to increase professional services, everything else that can happen from building a vertical poorly or selecting the wrong place to start. So that's the first thing. Go talk to your happiest clients and figure out, is there a total addressable market? That's the quickest way to start. And it doesn't mean you can start selling. So that's the second point. You don't start in sales. Any organization that starts a vertical in sales makes a tremendous amount of mistakes. So some people will be irresponsible and they'll say, okay, we've got to go create more revenue this year. We're going to start within our sales organization. We're going to ask our sales team to start reaching out very specifically to a target account list, and then target account list meaning for a specific vertical or specific segmentation. This is who we want you to go after, and then if they're successful, then we will start to support, and that is an unbelievably irresponsible thing to do. So the first problem is you're measuring the success of that vertical by the sales and how are we selling within this space, and measuring the success of how something's selling by not providing a verticalized solution or upmarket solution or marketing material or anything else is a poor way to measure the success of being able to sell something. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is what happens if your success does happen within sales. What happens if your sales team is exceptionally successful? They're able to vision sell and they're able to explain the values of the offering within a certain vertical, and then your clients procure your solution. You can fail miserably if you get ahead of your skis or you sell ahead of the product, which is never what an organization should do. But that's what you essentially do. If you go sell a vertical offering, if you go sell a vertical solution before the product is ready or before marketing has created the right client testimonials and reviews and everything else that you need in order to be successful, then you risk your CSAT or your client satisfaction being destroyed extremely quickly. The greatest things about a vertical is that they can explode and they can move very fast. If you make 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 clients very happy within a vertical, you've got an entire vertical offering, a marketing message, you can expand very, very quickly within a vertical, but you can also fail very quickly. If you mess up the first handful of clients because you under deliver an overall solution that's going to help them verticalize or take their vertical competitive advantage even stronger, then you fail. And when you fail, it becomes just as viral than if you were successful. So you can destroy a vertical by starting in sales. So those are the big points. Number one, actually, I'm going to reverse order them. Number one, do not start your vertical in a sales. You start it when your offering is going to help the clients within that vertical, the core needs of what they require. And when you're able to understand it, market it effectively, that's when you move into sales. And you give your sales team the right solutions to give the right solutions to the clients so they're ultimately successful. Number two, you start with your happiest clients when you create a vertical. You don't look for the clients or for the segmentation or the vertical that you have the most or where you believe the most amount of revenue is. You start with your happiest clients because you have to rely on those clients tremendously. And then if I was to throw something else in here at the end, make sure that you invest a lot of time in the industry before you move any farther. So attend the events, virtual now if necessary. Read the documentation. Understand the real unique needs of how that industry or vertical is changing before you attempt to go to market in it. That's it. So enjoy it. Those are the big takeaways that a lot of people do not see intentionally when they go to start a new vertical. And I urge you, spend a lot of time with those 3 areas before you decide to go build a vertical. If you have any questions, reach out. I'm here, and I'd love to help give you some guidance on how to kick off your next segmentation or vertical effectively. Go have a great week. Thanks a lot.